purchase order has been received and needs to be entered by a financial accounting employee, referencing the purchase order. Tina, who is in the office today, is responsible for posting this supplier invoice. She uses the Create Supplier Invoice app for this purpose. Starting on the General Information tab, she begins by checking the transaction type and company code. She then enters the gross invoice amount as indicated on the supplier invoice. In this instance, the invoice date is August 24. She then adds the purchase order number from the supplier invoice as a reference and selects S4C012 as the invoice party, which is the sender of the invoice. Next, she either selects the Purchasing Document References tab or scrolls down to that area to complete the Purchase Order and Scheduling Agreement field. She fills in the purchase order number from the invoice, copying the number from the reference field to the Purchase Order and Scheduling Agreement field, and confirms the entry by selecting the Enter key. Two messages then appear, one indicating that the balance is not zero, and a second stating that no delivery costs have been selected for this invoice. Tina dismisses the messages and proceeds with her posting. On the screen, the invoice items show the tax code V1. However, the invoice indicates a 10% input tax. Consequently, Tina modifies the tax code for the invoice to 1I. With this adjustment, the balance is now zero. She decides to skip the document check or simulation and selects Post. A success message appears on the screen, stating documents have been created, and includes the supplier invoice number. Tina wants to provide a comprehensive overview of the process, so she selects the supplier invoice number displayed on the pop-up. This takes us to the supplier invoice. Here she selects Journal Entries for more details. The Display Process Flow Accounts Payable screen is then displayed, showing the steps of purchase order, invoice receipt, and journal entry in accounting. As you may already be aware, you can select again to navigate to the individual objects. This process overview can also be accessed directly from the Fiori Launchpad. Tina selects the SAP logo to navigate back to the Launchpad. From the Fiori Launchpad, she selects the app Display Process Flow, Accounts Payable. She selects the document type, Purchase Order, and enters the purchase order number. Selecting the Enter key or selecting Go takes her to the overview page. Thank you very much, Tina.